Hello dear friend, and welcome to my book club, because everyone is interested in what a stupid teenager has to say about the books. April was a hell of a month for me in terms of how many books I read. I think I haven't read this many books in my life, and this month was really refreshing and was really great. I read lots of great books, and here I will be talking about some of them. So in total I read 8 or 9 books, which you can see now on the screen, but today I won't be talking about the Witcher series. I think I should be talking about it in the next episode of this book club, but for today I will be talking about 4 great books that I read. Here we go. The first book is Dune. We follow a story of a boy named Paul who starts off as a young boy and then becomes a man. Epic. The book tackles a lot of themes of politics, religion, and how people weasel their ways out of certain shitty situations or how they deal with certain problems. And overall, it's a very interesting sci-fi novel, but I was not impressed. I don't know what was the problem with that, but I was bored. I also rushed through this book. I was using different techniques for speed reading, so I read this book really quickly despite its amount of pages, and I give it 5 out of 10. I would definitely recommend you reading this. It's a very immersive and epic and gigantic book, and if you're interested in sci-fi or just interested in a good story, you should check it out. Second book, Metamorphosis. A great, lovely and a short novella about a man, Gregor Samsa, who wakes up one morning and finds himself to be a monstrous vermin. What an epic story, and is quite relatable, to be honest. I could relate to this character, and it is kind of strange that I could relate to a man who turns to roach. I think this book is about isolation, repulsion, alienation, about not being accepted by your family, which is relatable. I also, by the end of the book, I thought that it was similar to what people experience when they come out to their family and they receive a really negative response from their relatives. I didn't have that, but what I had is when I spoke of God and I said that I did not believe in him, and oh boy, the reception was great. So yeah, I can relate to Gregor as someone who has to be alienated from their family, from the people who you care about most deeply, but unfortunately they do not want to be around you because you're gigantic vermin. Next book, Letters of a Stoic. Oh boy, 124 letters to Lucius from Seneca himself. What an epic journey. And again, because I'm a dummy-dumb, a lot of great ideas just went over my head and I could not get like 80% of the stuff that Seneca was talking about. And maybe because I didn't care enough to actually take in the information Seneca was providing me with, but nonetheless I enjoyed it. I have written down some quotes that I could relate to. The first one being, "No good thing is pleasant to possess without friends to share." I can relate to this 100%. I found that I enjoy something much more when I know I have someone to share it with. This whole YouTube channel is just me sharing the shit I care about, whether it's books, games, or movies, I guess in the future or whatever. So yep, I really agree with that. The next one is, "It is wrong to live under constraint, but no man is constrained to live under constraint." So as I understand it, even if you're in a shitty situation, you don't have to react to this shitty situation as being shitty. You need to kind of find your ways out of this, and you don't have to react negatively, and you don't have to do nothing about what's happening around you. You can still, to some degree, take control over your actions, over how you react, and just turn this whole situation upside down. So for instance, now I am not in a very great situation. I have no job, I don't know what to do with my life. Still, I am trying to find my ways to do what I like, to enjoy doing what I'm doing, especially with reading, especially with YouTube, and I think I'm doing alright. Moving on to the next book, Essays and Aphorisms. This again a philosophical book which is full of great thoughts, but which got over my head like a car jumping on a trampoline. That's how I envision this, because I'm a dummy again. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. I do not regret reading those books. I am super excited to read those books, those two books, Letters of a Stoic and Essays and Aphorism, in a few years to come, when I am grown up, when I have more experience and I can understand much more. But even now, I have written down some interesting thoughts. And the first idea, reading is merely a surrogate for thinking for yourself. It means letting someone else direct your thoughts. I was like, yeah, that's true. But again, I think there should be a balance between how much information you consume and how much time you actually devote to thinking over what you consumed. So I don't think that reading is necessarily a wrong thing. You can find new answers, new ideas, and you can become better because you found new ideas. Or if you have been thinking about something and then all of a sudden you found the same idea in a book and you're like, wow, that's exactly what I thought. And besides, books are a lot of fun, so I think you should just find a balance between consuming something and taking some time to appreciate what you have read or seen or listened to, and then you'll be happy. And I'm trying to do that, and I am not really great with it, but I am nonetheless trying. As I mentioned before, I have also read The Witcher, except for Season of Storms, and I'm intending to make a review of this series. It was amazing, I loved it, but now I am thinking whether or not to do it after I play the games or before. I've started playing The Witcher 1, but I'm thinking maybe I should do a review of the books while I haven't forgotten about them. But maybe we'll see. So this was a Halloween month for me. I also want to talk about how I take notes, and this month I wasn't really great with taking notes. I was only highlighting some thoughts and ideas on my ebook. But now, as May started, I have actually begun to take down notes, write down something that I thought about something. So for instance, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I thought about certain themes in a textbook. And we'll see how it will change the way I review some certain books at the end of this month. So yeah, thank you for watching and stay tuned for more stuff from me. Bye.